Hello students, today we will discuss about character of Dr. Minnow. Dr. Minnow is veterinary doctor. He belongs to Saint Anthony and Saint Agathe. But he has lived in Canada for years and he is very familiar with Canadians and has good opinion about them. He meets Rainy on the plane and in his usual way he praises her and her country. Later in Saint Anthony, he again comes to meet her at the hotel and takes her to the botanical garden and other places for sightseeing. Next day, he also tries to use Rani in his own way. He wants her to write a piece on the local situation. Next day, defending his position and opinion. He seems concerned by the fact that she is on her own without a man and speaks about the sweet Canadians as if she was a little kid. He is a political figure. He wants to improve the condition of the people living in Saint Anthony. He contests elections and wins it. He is the next prime minister of the country, but he is shot dead. There is going on an election of Saint Agatha. There are three main candidates contesting election. They are Ellis Prince of Peace and Dr. Munn. Ellis is in power. There are a few men who are against him. Marston is one of them. He is instigating people to revolt against Ellis. Paul is associated with Marston as the former supplies guns to the latter. When the first result of the election comes, it becomes clear that Dr. Minnow will be the next Prime Minister of the country, but after a short while, the news is broadcasted on the radio that Mr. Minnow is shot dead. It is said that Ellis shot him dead. Marched down Prince of Peace and their supporters raise a revolution soon. The revolution is nipped in the bud by the police. Marsden and Prince of Peace are killed in crossfire. Their supporters are neither killed or arrested. Rennie and Laura are also arrested for they are associated with Paul, who is WS character. अगला है While deciding to visit Saint Anthony, Rennie does not consciously decide to begin a new life. But it is obvious that this is exactly what she wants. She chooses the Caribbean island because it is sunny and she believes it will cheer her up. But the main reason seems to be that she wants a change. Some neglect what she considers a past and forgotten existence. Her real life is starting in Saint Anthony, the promised Eden, but the beautiful island happiness to fade very quickly. The Rainy aims to sleep in order to forget what she is doing there. Furthermore, she seems not to be very pleased away from home, especially missing its security. When she arrives at Saint Anthony, she sees herself safe in this way, but to her surprise, she realizes that she is not safe. She is watched from the very beginning. Her dream shatters. Rennie faces many fears. One of her fears that the limits between the inside and outside of her body could vanish. This is evident from a murder number of her thoughts. Most of all, she is afraid of the idea to be cut open and that the inside of her body would come out. That physical fear of being opened reflects her refusal or inability or psychologically open up to her boyfriend Jack. Her fear seems to symbolize her of her cancer are invading her whole body without being stopped by any fence. But this fear has been troubling her well before her illness, and cancer only increases it at any cost. She wants to feel secure and not lost. If the structure of her life is perturbed, she loses her marks and finally feels in an unknown and potentially dangerous world. As in Saint Anthony, where everyone is not what they seem and cannot be defined. She lost all control over her life. What really frightens her is the idea of a body whose limits in the inside and the outside are disappearing. This seems to point out that deeply inside her is the fear of flesh. She is afraid of it being harmed. Of course, surgeries that exact realization of this fear. When she is operated and a breast of her is cut off, this acts break the limits of her body. It is very common for a woman to feel harmed when a breast of there is removed. The harm may not be apparent, but the scar is always there. This is often not recognized and is not believed to be an important issue. Nevertheless, it is highly important for women concerned because breast is an important part of her body, and if it is removed, all her attraction is gone forever. This leads Rini even to question the reality of her body and the fact that it belongs to her because it does not attract through him. Her body vanishes in his mind to this impossibility to have a physical relationship with Jack leads him to break up the literary nobody. She still have to physically live in it. As a result of it, she sees her body as apart from her, a piece of flesh she has to carry all the time, a piece of flesh only creating a lot of problem. Lenny feels that the limits of her body are repassed by strangers who invaded it. Any woman in that situation would feel attacked and very vulnerable. Women need integrity and control over their bodies, or they will never be able to feel safe in this world. Rennie is how someone can know what is inside her that she ignores. Furthermore, this knowledge gives an edge over her. Women must at all cost get rid of curse of their fear. They must make men admit that physical relationship between sexes must be on equal terms and that the needs and desire of women are important as those of men. There is another limit that Rainy crosses against her will, the limit between her own nice world and the wild outside world. When she arrives at Saint Anthony, she steps into dangerous surroundings. She has left a nice place, Canada, where she had no threatening problem. In Canada, her problems only prevent her from fully enjoying life. Besides, she used to be in lucky minority where happiness is an issue. People feel they have a right to discuss. The major part of the world is not like Toronto. Here, out of the luxurious hotels, local people are living in a universe full of violence and danger. On account of poverty and fickle political structure, a number of people are suffering, struggling only to survive, and there is more to take care of them, of their individual lives. Then should normally not enter this logic, but she gets mingled with local people. It manifests that this is transgression of limit can make her weak.